Pasadena's Millionaires Row once boasted some incredible mansions. This is the story of Villa Merritt Ollivier. Hi everyone, Ken here. Hit that like button to let YouTube know you appreciate historic homes, and let's begin exploring this house. In 1872, Hulett Merritt was born into an incredibly wealthy family in Duluth, Minnesota. His father Lewis had discovered the Mesabi Range and built a mining empire around the region's rich deposits of iron ore. As a teenager, Hulett was brought into his father's railroad company to develop the Duluth, Mesabi, and Northern Railway. During this time, the father and son negotiated a deal with Carnegie Steel, the use of their family mines in exchange for a royalty to be paid out to each of them in the amount of 65 cents per pound. Even though this paid them handsomely, Lewis and Hulett had other plans. They took their earnings and diversified their income by purchasing land around rapidly growing cities. From the duo's hometown in Duluth, to Los Angeles, to Texas City, and dozens of other burgeoning metros, the father and son built a real estate empire from the bottom up. In 1900, Hulett sold his interest in the family mines to U.S. Steel, which led him to not only gain a position on the board, but also to become the company's largest common stockholder. This move into stocks immediately paid off, and he was able to purchase the majority of the United Electric Gas and Power Company. He then ran utility lines through several West Coast cities, including San Diego and Santa Barbara, where he had amassed massive real estate holdings. Once the cities and his properties were connected to the grid, he sold the company along with his improved land for a huge profit. By his early 30s, he had gained a reputation for being one of America's most promising young entrepreneurs, but he still had bigger plans. Now with more money than ever before, he diversified yet again, this time reaching into totally unrelated industries, from farming to hotels and restaurants, from banks to shipbuilding and mills. If an industry existed, he had a hand in its supply chain. As the years went by, his wealth continued to multiply, and when his father passed away in 1929, he inherited and sold the Mesabi Range to U.S. Steel for $81 million, the modern equivalent of about $1.5 billion, ensuring that he and his family would weather the Great Depression without any changes to their lifestyle. Speaking of their lifestyle, back in the early 1900s, Hulett and his wife Rosalind had purchased a premium lot along Orange Grove, also known as Pasadena's Millionaires Row. They hired architect William F. Thompson to design for them an imposing Beaux-Arts style mansion boasting 17,000 square feet of interior living space. The facade was classically styled with a festooned entablature spanning the frieze below a stone balustrade and tile roof. From pergolas to porticos, the architect emphasized the importance of blending indoor and outdoor living areas for enjoying California's climate. From the top of the ridge, Villa Merritt Ollivier was designed to look out over mountains cresting the sky and sunken gardens sinking into their shadows below. The perfectly manicured sunken gardens provided privacy from nearby neighbors, with tiled walking paths leading past fountains and fruiting trees. With the house completed in 1908, the Merritts were ready to enjoy their own piece of paradise. Unlike the polished exterior, the interior was designed to be comfortable, even if this included a grand double staircase beyond the colonnade. The Merritts were early embracers of the emerging arts and crafts style, which we will see play out as we continue exploring the interior. Turning around, we see the music room beyond tufted sofas and another dark wood colonnade. In place of windows, natural scenes have been painted on the wood-paneled walls and are softly illuminated by electric candles. The living room continues this ambiance with no overhead chandeliers, though the walls are livened up by lightly covered fabric and the ceiling is framed by intricate stenciling. Towards the end of the room, in the alcove we find a reading nook flooded by natural light, ensuring that even the public rooms of the mansion were livable for the family. Though the dining room was considerably more traditional, with both a sideboard and a plate rail protruding from the wood-paneled walls below an elaborate plaster ceiling. And unlike the grand libraries found in other mansions of this magnitude and style, the study was meant to be a working space with lively glazed tiles surrounding the fireplace and freshly picked flowers from the garden filling each vase. As the decades went by, the family continued to enjoy the mansion, with Hulett outliving his wife and son, passing away in 1956 at the age of 83 years old. His grandchildren, who inherited the estate, sold the mansion to Herbert Armstrong, founder of the Worldwide Church of God. At this point, the mansion became part of Ambassador College and was heavily modified both inside and out. Over the years, it was reused as an assisted living facility, and the grounds were subdivided for luxury condos. An attempt was made to sell the mansion back in 2016 for $11 million, but it ended up going for only $3 million. As of now, the future of the mansion and any plans for it remain unknown. What did you think about Villa Merritt Ollivier? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section. Also, make sure to grab a historic house coffee mug from our merch shop linked down below. The Mark Hopkins mug sold out quickly, but is now back in stock. Get yours today. I'll see you next time on This House.